Well, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and on this episode of Exploring Worlds, we're going to be checking out this small abandoned space here in Howe Sound. It's liminal to a certain degree, but also what would be the right word? Let's say really rural, really sort of out in the middle of nowhere. Nothing but old job sites in the vicinity, as you can hear a truck behind me right now. But some of these job sites are abandoned, and this is sort of an industrial area. There's lots of work sites and job sites that are in operation, but tucked away in these in between the roads in these little bushed off areas, and old sites that haven't been repurchased or cared about in a long time. There's these old abandoned sites, and we're going to check out one that I've known of for many years and always thought would be kind of cool to make at least a small video on. So I hope you stick around and enjoy this. Thank you. Now, what I'd imagine this place to be is the section of an old sawmill, either that or a small old sawmill. This is either the whole thing, and it was just a very small operation, or there was additions to it which are now demolished or fallen down and just became a part of the forest and the surrounding areas now. That's what I'd imagine it as, because as you can see, because we're in a area which I mentioned before where there's, in the near vicinity, there's at least, I'd say a good 6 to 8 industrial work sites all in operation, and there's some further down that are, that there's, sections of the ocean in between them. So I hope the sound's okay in here, as, like I said, there are many active job sites in the near vicinity as me, and the ones that are over across the water also, you can hear them quite well here because sound travels a lot more significantly over water. So I hope the sound's okay, but anyway, I'd imagine that's what this is, because in this undercover area behind me, there's an old engine, and this engine looks very similar to one that was used to operate some of the conveyor belts and things like that at a sawmill that I worked at, which is also in this same vicinity and is also abandoned now too. The company shut down. It was never repurchased or repurposed, and it now sits abandoned as well. Which I've taken you guys to that site many times before. It's on many videos. But yeah, so this one, that's what I'd imagine this to be anyway. I could be right, I could be wrong. I'm sure those engines there are similar engines in different work sites for different operations as well. But that's what I would imagine this place to be. And so anyway, now we're going to head into this area and see what this has to offer. Now this almost looks like it would be an old tile floor or something like that, which is quite interesting, as it's like almost perfectly placed. But the thing is it's actually not. What this is, if I can get a shot of my foot, it's clay. This can be completely scraped up and broken apart. This is all clay that, due to the moisture, has formed this way. So that is really nice looking actually, and quite interesting. As we can see, an old wheel here. Yeah, that looks like it would be for an old conveyor belt. Much else, it's a very small area, but you know, I just thought this would be a cool little video to make. I'm spending some time in this area, and I just thought it would be a cool thing to make a video of. As I can see over here, it might be a little high up there. I'll see if I can reach it, which it looks abandoned too, so can't feel too bad for tampering with it. An old, there's a truck going by outside. This is an old bird's nest. Nothing in it. It's pretty ancient, and looks like some other creatures, spiders and whatnot, have turned it into their home. So I'm going to place that right back up where I found it. And you know, that's actually another surprising thing, is there's not many creatures in here. I thought this place would be full of spiders and bugs and cave crickets and all those kind of creepy crawlies, rats, whatnot, but there's actually not a single thing in here that's living other than the moss at the opening and the shrubbery outside, which is almost kind of spooky in its own way, but obviously a bird did live here or nest here at one point in history. Hopefully it made it out okay. But yeah, that's also kind of spooky in its own way, and it's very, very liminal. This is definitely, I would personally classify this as a liminal space. I mean, obviously people worked here and made a living here, and now it is all but history, and who knows what kind of people were here and what kind of energy might still reside. Although I will say, for me personally, I'm not picking up on many old energy of people that were once here. It feels very abandoned. It feels very blank that way. Although that could just be me. Somebody else might have a different interpretation. The only thing I get some vibes from is that engine. Like, obviously, like somebody, it was worked on at some point in time by somebody, so there's a little bit of a aura to it. But as far as the area in general, I'm not picking up that liminal, that true liminal space feeling of, you know, once occupied, nobody here, should have people here, but nobody here. Maybe it's just too old for that. It's too historical for that at this point. But yeah, so I might just show some extra shots of the outside, and we'll call it a day for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please come back for more.